Hello friends, welcome. My name is Eric from Rapid Flow. Today we're going to be looking at the Silver Bullet MKII by Liftoff and how it can be used for mastering electronic music. I made a video review of the software of this, the plugin version of this a couple of weeks ago, and the guys from Liftoff and myself, we started chatting, and they've asked me if I wanted to help out making some content for them around electronic music, and I'm really happy to do that. I think the stuff they're doing is amazing. I use their output in my studio since many years. So let's dive in. Let me show you this track and then I'll take you through the details. Alright, so how are we running the hardware here? We are basically, what I've done is I've put it into one of these Prism Orpheus converters. I'm sending it in and out of the computer, as you can do these days with most modern DAWs with a latency compensated plugin. So as you can see down here, this ADAT channels are going in and out of the Silver Bullet. After that, I just have a limiter on this master output and a referencing tool with which I can check my target track. This is a track that was professionally mastered by a friend of mine. It's one of my own tracks. I didn't want to use anything commercially available because it can lead to copyright strikes and all kinds of other problems. And then back here we just have a plugin that I use for sending signal to that meter you see in the top left. Okay, so as you can see on the device, I'm hitting it roughly around 0. And that's a super important point, because if you go into it way louder than that, you leave yourself with very little room to maneuver. Above it, you see this wonderful Food Control Systems P3S ME, so it's a mastering compressor by Roger Food. I'm very happy to have this in my studio, and this is inserted here. Right now it's not, there's no ratio on it, so we're not seeing anything, but this is placed as an insert. So let's have a listen to the reference track against the track that we're going to be mastering, and let's see what needs to happen. So A, the blue metering is the track we're going to be mastering. B is the reference track. Okay, so my initial impressions are that the track is missing some mid presence and punch. And the low and the highs don't feel really as open and kind of as happening, for lack of a better word, as it could be. So let's have a look. What I like to do is to start with using the color module with the Hitmaker 4000 as it comes from the factory. That's fantastic for adding mid presence. So let's bring that in and see what we can do with it. So that helps a lot already for the mids. Now I want to try out these Mojo sections and just see how they sound and which one I can use, or maybe if I'll cascade them. Let's have a listen. I'm quite happy with that. I just want to check how loud I'm hitting these. So I'm just going to go to a part of the track that's a little more minimal. So what you may know is that these LEDs show the amount of drive that you are hitting the components here with. And I want these to be sort of in the blue on the edge towards going towards pink, which is then really towards saturation, because for mastering, I don't want to drive these super hard. I've settled on N into A topology, quite a bit of the color module, but with not a massive amount of drive. So let me show you, I've reduced the light sensitivity of the camera a bit. Let me show you how the track hits these sections now, so you have an idea of how I'm using. So as you can see, we're in the blue here. On the edge of starting to go over towards pink. Let me bring up the light a bit so you can see overall better. But I think that, yeah, from using these for a while now, that's been the sweet spot for me. Okay, so we have already a track now that sounds much more present, much punchier, more present in the mids. So let me show you where we started and bring in and out the Silver Bullet modules we're using so far. As you can maybe see, the amount of gain that we've added is minimal. It's not a lot what's coming on top. Yeah, it's maybe like 2 dB. Okay, so next step for me now would be EQing. So let's bring in the EQ and see where we can take the track from there. Let's have a quick listen back to the reference. All right, cool. Let's head on over to the EQ. Just a little bit more mid. So as you see, these are all edging now on between blue and sort of pink here. Let me just take the camera light down again a little bit. Hopefully you can see it better. Cool, so the EQ has already done quite a bit. I've also engaged the tight, the filter at 25 Hertz to just cut some rumble. I've brought in the vintage mode as well as the aspect ratio to do some stereo sweetening or widening, and also add some depth to the track. And I'm pretty happy already now with this sounding, but we still have the mastering compressor available to us on the insert path, so let's check that out. that adds like a nice amount of sort of like just the smoothness, and it brings up the signal a bit. So let's have a listen to how close we got now compared to the reference track and see if any final tweaks are needed. And then I think we should be good to go. Let's have a listen. I hope that this has been interesting to give you an idea of how much presence and loudness you can achieve with saturation and with a judicious, hopefully, use of some EQing and some compression. I'm really happy with the results that I was able to get, just really quickly showing you, not to make this video too long. If you spend a bit more time, you can fine-tune the details a bit more. But I think the bypassing, showing what it's adding is very much showing you the juice that this amazing device can bring to your studio, not just for recording or mixdown, but also for mastering. So I'll leave it at that. Please write in the comments what you think, and I hope this video was useful to you. I'll play the track a bit more and bring in and out the Silver Bullet, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.